Hello, colleagues and viewers. I welcome you to my final project on virtual machine creation for week 7. And as part of the instructions, we need to review the rubric criteria, which we have down here. I have done that. So we should also review the notes, yes, from the assignments. I think I've done that to understand the needs and prioritize the Active Directory creation, which is ensignsuccess.com. I'll also be looking at the organizational unit design, user accounts, the security groups, file folder permissions, and then some password policy settings. All right, so without wasting my time, let's zoom straight to the third instruction, which is to delete the old virtual machine. Okay, so as you can see, I've deleted my old virtual machine, which is Tete S-Tete 235, and I've created the Ensign Success DC01, which is very effective and performing very well. And so that should shift us to the fourth to create a new virtual machine naming. Okay, I've done that. Create your domain and enable the needed features in Server Manager. All right, so the domain should be called ensignsuccess.com. Okay, so I think to do this, we need to access the virtual machine using the RDP, which you can see I've done that. Okay, so create your organizational unit and structures. All right, so let's look at this for once. To take you back a bit, you need to click the manage tab, add roles and features. Okay, and then you follow the screen prompt to take you to the creation of the Active Directory domain services. Mine is already installed, so I'm not going to do that again. And after that, you are going to be flagged to promote it to a domain. Okay, that is exactly what the instruction was about. And to create the users, you need to access the Tools tab, and then you click on the Active Directory users and computers. As you can see, I've created my admin OU, the advisor OU, um, the management OU, the users OU, where I have the security groups. So for the advisory security group, you can see I have uh, the 5 members uh, advising the team from that angle. Um Bob, Jake, Lisa, Susan, and Tina making up the advisory group. And then the all staff, I have I should have all 7 group members, including the Mary Jones, the manager, and then the backup admin. Okay, it's also here. All right, so for the manager, I have only Mary Jones being the manager. All right, so that is for uh, the security groups. All right, so let's let's quickly. All right, so we look at the next. Okay, so uh, this we've created. So we need to create documents and folders, files. Okay, okay. Um, so from the file explorer, you can see I've created admin reports folder and that of the advising documents as was instructed. And the admin report, I have the final admin report, and then I also have the uh, text, final advising text in the advising document. Okay, so because we're already here, let's also look at the access right. So you can see from the security tab that For the advising document, we have the advisors being given the read and write access, and then the manager also being given the read write access as instructed. Okay, so we go straight to the admin to see uh, who has the right. From the instructions, we're told the manager should be the only person having this right. So you can see the manager being given the read and write access right to this admin reports folder. All right. Okay, so we move to the next one to see what is still required from us. All right. So I think we are done with now stage 9. Okay, so the 10th instruction actually tackles the group policies. Okay, so um, what this means is that we should ensure that um, from the assignment, the basic requirement of having a minimum password length of 12 characters is achieved. The complexity should be enabled to also take care of the uppercase, lowercase number, and then the symbol. And then also we need to enforce the history of the last 5 passwords. Okay, so we are going to do this uh, from our domain. All right. Okay, so quickly let me enlarge this. Let me enlarge this so we can have a clear view of it. So to access, you need to click the Tools tab, move straight to um, the Group Policy Management. Okay, so from here, you need to access the default domain policy. So I'll right click and then edit it quickly. So password issues has to do with computer configuration, not user configuration. So we zoom straight to computer configuration, move to policies, and this should be Windows settings. So you can see we are there. Sorry for the notification. And then okay, so we can find that under security setup, account policies, and password policy. That is where we want to be. Okay, so from my screen, you can see the password complexity is enabled, and then the minimum password length is 12 characters, and then enforced password history is 5 password remembered. So that achieves the very aim of the first requirement. Okay, and then sorry. So to have the standardized wallpaper, desktop wallpaper, we need to create a GPO in this domain and link it here, which I have done. I've done here. So from my screen, I will just edit, and then um, move straight to user configuration. Since this has to do with the user. So from the user, I move to administrative template, then to desktop again, and then we have desktop wallpaper. You double click it to enable it, okay, and then you copy your wallpaper name here, and for me that is my wallpaper name, okay, and then I also had made a stretched wallpaper style to fit the screens of the individual usage. Okay, all right. So that takes care of the standardized background wallpaper. All right. So let's look at the next requirements uh, from us. So okay, so I have done the logo. I have the logo which I'll be showing. And then the last one is the web browser by default must open to, okay, www.ensign.edu. All right, so that also comes in here, and we so connection is re-established. So to move on to the default web browser, we need to still under the user configuration, we need to come down to the administrative template, policy administrative template, and then the window component. Okay, so window component, we should be looking for uh, okay, so Internet Explorer. System is running very slow. All right, so we should be looking for disable changing um, homepage settings. So we double click it to enable it, and then we put the homepage address here. Okay, so basically that solves the situation of meeting the requirements. Um, you can also see that from the background, I have the very nice wallpaper from um, Ensign College. Okay, which sorry, which is which we have here, Ensign College, Salt Lake City, with on every screen of every user. Yes, on the screen of every user. All right, so team, I believe with this we've exhausted all the instructions, and I can affirm that we are only left with the recording which I'm on it, and so I'll be posting it. Uh, I'll be posting the link. Thank you very much for your time. See you.